Is there anything you'd like to ask? Because with that camera facing me, I can't think properly.
You've said it all, Pat. You've done it. I don't need to do any more.
Well, my name is Pat Taylor. I'm 66, and since from the age of 2 years, I was diagnosed with bronchial asthma. Most of my childhood was spent many, many long months, even up to a year at one stage in hospitals. Didn't start school till I was 10, just too ill, and never got to primary school because I was just too ill. But over the years, I guess I've tried all the medications given. I can only remember the adrenaline injections, the ephedrine injections, and usually 2 propped up in each bone, in each arm, and sprays with yellow fluid in, all kinds of things. Some really debilitated me because of the toxic things that were within them. And over the years, I guess, I no longer have the attacks of asthma, which one attack would last at least a week or more. And I could never talk or walk. I was too ill. Wheezed and coughed, and I no longer have that problem where I have asthma attacks. I don't seem to have enough breathing capacity to even cough, really. But it's become chronic now, where it's more emphysema, I suppose. And my attitude's great, but there are times, several times a day, for so many years I can't remember when, I would become so tight and heavy and so congested, and when my voice would completely go, and where if anyone looked at me, they probably thought I was all right, but I wasn't. I thought I was dying. I felt like I was dying, and when I didn't, I wished I had, kind of thing. Well, I could tell you so much of what I've experienced, and it's not been good. But since being here for this week, I cannot believe the dramatic effect that the Buteyko Method has had on me. I just cannot believe it, but it's true. I'm talking, which is something I couldn't have done like this. I have not had any Ventolin this day, and I didn't think I could ever survive even 4 hours in a whole day, every 4 hours throughout the day and night, without having 2 puffs of Ventolin in a nebulizer within 2 minutes space between each 2. I found a nebulizer, like Bolomatic, was much superior to the machines. But I haven't had any Ventolin. And I'm still having some Seretide. But I'd cut right down on that because I've become very allergic to the Flixotides, the Beclaforts, and all the other preventatives. Highly allergic to them. And the Seretide alone wasn't sufficient to see me through a day. That's why I had to have the Ventolin as well, even though the Seretide is half Ventolin and half Flixotide. But for the first time ever, for so many years, I can't remember when, my mouth wasn't totally devoid of any moisture every morning. Not even one drop, not even the slightest bit of moisture. So much so that I'd bleed every morning from the stomach and the throat and that. And I haven't been wanting to go to any doctors because they've always wanted to put me on more medication. And I have no faith in the medical hierarchy pertaining to the treatment of asthma. I've been on all the medications from when they first started coming in, and they've done a lot of damage to my internal organs, my eyes, every part of me, I think. But this method, I didn't even know what it was like to experience a nose that was normal. I mean, I've had cauterised treatment of the nose because there's been blockage there. But doing the exercise that I've been instructed to do this week, I can actually breathe through my nose. I haven't been able to do that. I don't know when I ever did. I can't even remember breathing through my nose. And I've tried. I have never ever had a night's sleep, as far as I can remember, more than an average of about 2 hours a night. But now it's double that. And when I saw Professor Buteyko on this video this day, and I saw his humble face, and know that he'd probably devoted his whole lifetime for the people like myself, I'm very emotional about it. I am so grateful to it. It's not just the lungs, it's everything. I feel a bit stupid talking into this mic, but there's so much I'd like to say, but I didn't know I was going to say it, because there's so much I could say. I came with a totally open mind because I didn't want to have any preconceived ideas, and I could relate to all that's been said, and I've put it to the test. And I bear testimony to you that it works. I don't even fully understand it. Not fully. But I know that it's working. I never could believe I could have kept my mouth closed. I mean, literally, kept my mouth closed. I can't while I'm talking at this time, like I'm still breathing through my mouth because the effort of the talking is still difficult. But I can do it, and once I couldn't. If I could have only had a very economic statement and left it at that until I got my breath. And I'm fine now, just standing here talking, but if I were to walk over from here to that door, which is probably about 5 metres, I wouldn't be able to breathe properly. And but over the years I've kind of learnt to adapt to what I do have within my lungs. Even my bowels changed to just one motion a day. I know that sounds strange when it used to be before this week. I don't know where the connection is there, but that has changed to once a day instead of maybe 6 times a day. There are other factors, and I'm nervous, so I can't think of them. but because I'm really overcome with the dramatic aspect of my health. I mean, domiciliary carers sent a gopher to me about 8 years ago, and I'm supposed to move everywhere in a gopher. Well, I was able to walk 50 metres to this place here today. That's something I couldn't have done. Look, it just works. That's all I can say. I'm an honest person. I would not lie to anyone or exaggerate. And I am so grateful to that man and to Paul and to anyone involved in bringing this here. I just wish and hope that those who are believing in a controversial manner because they are a doctor perhaps or a professor or lung specialist, I hope they will listen and put away their dogmatic past learning and strive to try and see what makes it work, because it is working.